Wait,
on
we're
the
starting
hit
already? Okay,
main.
I thought we were gonna do like the me
Oh,
me me. Like we gotta
oh yeah, let's
do
do the meme.
the
Yeah, yeah,
tradition.
okay. Me, 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 me. Mash
Mashed
my
potatoes. Oh,
M&M. So,
M&Ms.
Ian, what were your thoughts on the Cardi album dropping?
Fuck, Jay, it was hot.
Cut to the
Welcome to the Eagle's Nest.
welcome. So, yeah, the Cardi album. Were you disappointed?
Was
30
I
songs. Were
disappointed?
any of them good?
I think there was like two half decent good songs. Like
Cardi, my
I
evil
listened to it
twin.
mostly on the subway, so I couldn't
Hmm.
differentiate the noise from the background noise. So, um, but I think Olympian was not bad. It wasn't bad, and then
Hmm.
I think like one of the songs towards the end. But like the first song, like Pop Out, like I don't remember most of the song names. I think that's the only three I remember. But like Pop
Hmm.
Out, it's just like what the hell is this? Oh, and he has like a TikTok intro for one of the
I heard about
ones.
that. Someone said like TikTok intro meme or intro. Yeah, I
But
heard it
yeah,
was not. 5 years was
years,
not worth it.
5 years for a whole lot of garbage. So
People were saying that like he
tough
came up
luck,
with it like in the last month, like because he like when I for
probably.
what Kai Cenat on, for those who don't know, Kai Cenat, famous Twitch streamer, he asked he asked him like, oh, what about Kendrick? He's like, Kendrick's on there. He doesn't even remember that
Yeah,
Kendrick's on there. So I think
Kendrick is
Cardi
on
kind of
this.
like Cardi didn't do his homework. It was due at 11:59, so he just submitted a whole lot of garbage.
I think it would be awesome if he had AI like help make it for him. Like I feel
For
like
the
that would have
art
been.
students would
You know
go
what? That's probably what he did. I
crazy.
feel like he did. But anyways,
I mean,
enough
maybe
about
because yeah, it did sound like a lot of it was just like it sounded like make me a Cardi song, and it's just
yeah.
Cardi.
But enough about the 30-year-old washed deadbeat dad. Jay,
Enough
what's
about
with
it.
the change in the background, man?
I'm currently home for spring break, and this is my old room that like had some water damage to ceiling. The side, like houses in California weren't made for the rain, so like we have all this, a whole lot of garbage in the back. We're cleaning it out. We're gonna turn it into the goon lab. I mean the gamer lab. The gamer lab.
I'll take your word for it.
The
But
gamer
yeah.
lab.
How's home been? How's the weather?
It's been raining every single day except for today when it's
Dude,
actually sunny, and I return tomorrow.
yeah, same last week, bro. The weather was so bad when I was home last week for spring break. Oh man, back in
No,
back in San Diego. Well, I guess
San
I can't really
Diego.
be saying home because I technically live in Pennsylvania, but I was visiting.
Resident of
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
I was visiting San
What's it
Diego.
like? What's it like being a swing state voter?
I didn't vote in Pennsylvania. I voted in California because I hadn't changed my my address by then. I was registered
No,
to
that's
vote in
fine.
California, so whatever.
It's
So I just
fair. And
accumulated with the
that
masses.
yep. So now this the topic of our podcast today is, would you rather? Five questions that Ian and I have come up with to ask each other and to debate whether what would we choose. And Ian, would you like to start off or should I start off?
Oh boy, Jay, you're really putting me on the spot here. So yeah, we texted each other. We're gonna be like, what should we do for our next episode? And then I was just like, let's just ask would you rather questions. So me and Jay, actually I'm just repeating what Jay said, but we each have five questions. I wrote mine like a couple days ago at like 2 in the morning. So I actually do forget what some of them are, but I have them written down on my phone. A little sneak peek there. Jay,
I
you
got
want me
them
to
on a
go
paper
first?
here. Yeah, you can go first.
All right. Now this is a classic. This one's not necessarily original. I added a little bit of an original Eagle's Nest spin at the very end, but this is a multiple choice would you rather question. Is would you rather be Jay, would you rather be a samurai a pirate, a cowboy, a knight, or the Eagle patented Mongol? Would you rather be a Mongol?
I want to do like the thing where you just flip backwards, like because I had that same question. My last question was that too.
Oh, you, yeah, I stole it.
Yeah, like flipping backwards. Okay.
We can both answer it.
Yeah. So pirate, cowboy. Okay. So I think the ones that are out of the question, I don't like knights. Knights, I think, are overrated. Like they
Bro.
just wear a bunch of armor and
Yeah,
they
but
just
it's
like
cool.
hit each other very hard, and it doesn't sound like it's any fun. It just sounds like it hurts. Pirates are cool. Like they get to sail the seas. They get sounds pretty awesome. But it's like scurvy and you get hanged. It's not very cool. Cowboys, Red Dead Redemption made me realize cowboys are kind of the goat. I think it's in between cowboys and Mongols because Mongols you get to like use falconry. You get to ride like in the grasslands on horses with your buddies. You get to shoot arrows off of horses.
Mm.
You get to drink like out fermented yak milk. Like I mean, it's a hard. What do you think?
Listen, Jay, I mean, you make some very valid arguments, but I think you're completely wrong. I think you're just an idiot.
Whoa!
Whoa.
This isn't a political. This isn't a presidential debate.
No, but actually, I do agree with you. I'd probably put night last. I think I'd be a night last just because like you'd just be living in a land of disease and like everyone is just there's no progress happening whatsoever. You poo in the
Yeah.
moat. Like so I'd probably put night last.
Hmm.
Then in fourth place I'd probably put pirate just because like I wouldn't want to be at sea all that time. It is cool though,
That's
like seeing the seas.
fair.
If it was like Pirates of the Caribbean pirate, like bro, like
Yeah,
slap
that's
some
aura.
hair on my face, call me Blackbeard, get me on my ship, right? And
Yeah,
then
I
I
can see
think I'm
that.
gonna put Mongol as third, just because of what you said with the fermented milk drink. Dude,
Without
I
it,
would
they
need to
just had like
try
Dr.
that
Pepper.
before
If they had
before
Dr.
I'm on
Pepper,
my
it'd be
death. You
higher.
know what? On my deathbed, I want a hand delivered glass of Mongolian milk drink, and you have to deliver it to me, Jay.
I'm good. Yeah, I'll be like, I got you the vintage 2019, bottled in 2019.
It's just gonna turn to cheese. But and then I'd put cowboy at second, and samurai's first place, bro. Samurai,
Samurai,
it's so cool, dude. Like
no, it's
being the
overrated. It's
lone
overrated.
warrior on top of this like hill with your sword at your side. You stand to face the oncoming army, right? Your
But like
sheath.
cowboy, it's
Yeah, I know, but it's
like
what? What are you
samurai.
gonna do? You're
Samurai's
just gonna
overrated. You
go.
just work for a rich person. I guarantee you,
Okay,
it's like
and that's not
samurais were
much different from
legal.
right now.
If samurais were legal, Bill Gates, like all those guys, would 100% have samurais walking around. Okay, never mind.
Well,
That'd
they
be
all
pretty
have
cool.
private security, so that's the
Yeah,
samurai.
that's
That's the
basically
modern
modern
day
day
samurai.
samurai,
Would you okay?
which is like kind of
Sixth
lame.
option. Would you rather be Jeff Bezos' private security?
No,
I feel
no,
like
because I
I feel
guarantee
like I would
he doesn't pay
consider it
well.
because he gets to be on like his multi-million dollar yacht and stuff.
But you don't get to do anything fun. You're just there. Like you just
Oh,
stand at the
come on. I'm
yacht
sure
and like you
Jeff's a
just.
bundle of joy. Uh, I'm sure I'm
You
sure
know, Jeff,
he gives them like the company 10 to go on the water slide.
he gives health benefits, good health benefits, paid leave. You know what,
What
Jeff? If you come on the podcast, we'll let you debate us on this. Comment down below,
you
Jeff.
think that he has a security guard go on the water slide with him? Like
That would be hilarious. Like, there's a
like behind
security
him.
guard before and after.
It is.
No, probably.
But you pick cowboy. What's your second option?
Second option would probably be Mongols. They're actually pretty fire. I feel
Mongols are
pretty sick.
cool. Dude, the archery on horseback is crazy.
I think if it was between pirate and samurai, that's a hard. I think pirate. I think pirate would just be cooler because you get to drink alcohol and party with your buddies.
Amen. Amen to that.
The pirate way.
Speaking of alcohol, which uh, is a very interesting thing that happened to me today, is I was in Brooklyn, here in New York, right?
Brooklyn. I'm walking here.
I was getting my favorite slice, my favorite New York slice, from this shop in Brooklyn, right? And then, well, actually, yeah, shout out Luigi's Park Slope. I think Dave Portnoy made a video on it, but it's like super good. It's like honestly the best pizza I've ever had, and it's pretty reasonable too. It's like $3 a slice, which you can't find much cheaper than that. Like, and it being good. You can get a $1.50 slice here and there, but it's just like just not really that good. So I grabbed a slice from Luigi's, then I went to walk around the park, and it's about like 2:30. So the farmers market, today's Saturday, they were wrapping it up and it's putting stuff away, and I passed by this lady and she's just like, "Hey, you want some apple cider?" And I'm just like, "What? Okay, sure." And so little did I know is she had not just apple cider in a bottle, Jay. It was hard apple cider. Oh my
I was
goodness.
happy to see you, apple cider.
Yeah, so I was given a full bottle of of hard cider, man, just by this random lady on the side of the street.
That's
And it was
awesome.
open too, which was even better because who knows what sort of
Who
mystical
knows what she
items she
put
could
in
have put
there?
in there. But yeah, I mean, like, no, it wasn't full. It was like a third full. They were using that bottle for like tasting. They
Samples.
had like samples,
Hmm.
like handing out samples, and she just gave it to me. And
That's
audience
awesome.
and government viewers, I did not partake in the forbidden practice because I am not of legal age, 21. So
You're old
instead,
enough to vote. You're old enough to die in this country, but you're not old enough to drink alcohol.
yeah, instead, well, I did give it a little taste. I was just like, we'll give it a little taste. We'll see what it tastes like. It was actually not bad. But then I dumped the rest just because I'm just like, yeah, this is just a random person gave me this apple cider, right? And then I disposed of it properly. Leave no trace. Anyways,
Like,
next question, Jay.
okay, so I can cross off the Pirates or Cowboy one now. That's funny.
Let's see if you steal one
Okay.
of mine.
So, would you rather fight a bull shark with a knife or a polar bear with a gun?
Yeah, I had that. I'm gonna have to take that one off. No, but you said a bull shark with a knife.
Yeah, like you're in the water
Okay,
and
and
like you have
then
like a
a
diver's
polar
knife
bear with a
and a bull
gun.
shark just coming at you. Yeah, like I'm thinking
What kind of
like
gun?
a 357 Magnum, like
How
a
many
gun that
shots?
like you need like 6 shots.
Okay.
Like I mean, it's like a gun meant to like you can take down. Like I mean, it's like it probably you need to be good at aiming. Like, you know that good aim, and
How
it's a
far away
polar
is
bear,
the
so
polar
it's like
bear?
I'd say like probably like half a football field. Maybe it's charging at you. Like it's like you just came down from your like a Russian spacecraft just landed. You just came
Okay.
outside. You have your like standard revolver, and the polar bear just sees you and sees like a free meal, so it's running at you, and you gotta like bam, 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 bam.
Okay, and then what about the bull shark? So what's the environment?
You're
Am I swimming or am I standing in water?
no, you're swimming, and then you see it coming at you. You got your dive knife, so it's like, which one would you rather? Which situation would you rather be in?
I don't know. I think I would probably pick the polar bear, even though the polar bear is the more dangerous animal. But because if I have 6 shots, I just need one to land in his head, where it's like I feel like the bull shark, I'm just not that coordinated in the water compared to if I'm
Hmm.
standing on my 2 feet, right?
Yeah,
And as an American, I could just pull a King Vaughn on the
a,
polar
a
bear.
Glock with the switch. Swiss cheese it.
But yeah, I'd probably go with the polar bear. And I mean,
Yeah.
if it's starting from that like 50 yards away, then it gives me a good time to like, you know, get a couple shots and figure it
Hmm.
out. I mean, even in that situation, I'd see about trying to leave out of harm's way, period, like run before I have to fight. But I have to fight
But polar
then.
bears are fast. Like you're in like the Arctic. It's like flat. There's nothing around. Like help's on its way, but it's not going to be there before the polar
Yeah,
bear.
so then it'd be either him or
Yeah,
me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I'm heavily split because I feel like a bull shark would, I mean, like, because it's just a polar bear. I just went to the San Diego Zoo and saw how big they are, and it's like, goddamn,
Yeah. I think they are the
like,
most dangerous animals on the planet.
yeah, no, I think like if you're in a 1v1, like if you're barehanded 1v1, I think no matter who you are, you're cooked.
Yeah.
But unless you have a weapon, so yeah, that was
What
my
about
would
you,
you
Jay? Which
rather.
one would you pick?
I think I think I would go with the polar bear and the gun, just because I'm American, and I
Okay.
think like I mean 6 shots, like yeah, I mean yeah, I think that could hopefully by then with like a strong enough gun. But if not, then oh, at least it'll be like aura maxing, like they found you ripped to shreds.
Well, there you go. No, at least it'd be a little bit quicker than the bull shark death, I think.
Yeah.
So, all right. My next question for you, Jay. Are you ready? Listen closely.
Yep.
Listen closely. Would you rather, would you rather, uh, well, I don't know how copyright this would work, but would you rather unalive 10 elephants with your bare hands or or give birth to an elephant?
Jeez, like a baby elephant or like in a
Yeah,
fully
keep in
adult
mind I
elephant?
wrote these at like 2 in the morning, like a couple nights
Wait,
ago.
wait, like a baby elephant or an adult elephant?
Well, now that you asked an adult,
Okay, I would be. I have to. Shit, I'm screwed because like I literally just went to the San Diego Zoo. Yeah, I just saw a polar bear. I just saw elephants. Elephants are huge.
hmm
I think giving birth to one it'd kill me if I tried to if, like it wouldn't come out of there. Like it would be
well, I
I would
mean,
explode.
in both these situations, you don't die. It's just which one would you rather do? Would you
Oh,
rather go through the excruciation of giving birth to an adult elephant, or would you rather kill 10 elephants with your bare hands? Or, I mean,
um,
unalive them.
hmm. I think both of them I'm getting mental pain. Damn,
Maybe
that's a
this,
hard
maybe,
question.
maybe this is the question I was considering. Maybe we should scrap it. You think this one's a little bit much?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, sure, elephants are endangered, but it's like,
No, I just mean
I mean,
like the graphicness of it, bro.
the graphicness of just me like bludgeoning an
Yeah,
elephant,
just like grabbing an elephant's leg and like turning him into a KFC bucket. Like,
just. No, no, I don't even know I'd be able to hurt one. I'd have to say I just don't want to give birth, so I'd have to say kill the 10 elephants. But I mean,
wow.
what's probably gonna happen is I'm
So
gonna try
you
to
would
get rid of one.
instead of bringing a new prosperous prospecting elephant into this great world, you'd rather take 10 of them out of it. That's
Well, I
what
mean,
I'm
I'd
hearing
probably
from you,
die.
Jay.
I
So,
would be running up. I'd be running up to one of the elephants and just step on me, like, and just like flat, like I don't think at least like
all right,
then
I
it'd be
see how
quick.
you work here, Jay. I see how you operate.
You sick monster.
Yeah. You see, if it were up to me, I would do the altruistic thing. Dude, imagine what would that look like if you had like a huge like elephant in your stomach, like just
Oh, that would hurt. The tusks. You'd feel
with
the
a full
tusks
grown.
just scraping against you.
It's
A
like
full-grown elephant.
it's like on
It'd be
what is it
pyro.
on like people like Christmas morning where it's like, oh, I wonder what it is, and it's just like a bike just wrapped or whatever.
An elephant
What could
shit.
it be?
No,
It's just
it'd be. Gosh, no, it'd be so inflated that even Pyrocynical would like it.
oh God. Shout out to the one of the
Yeah.
inspirations of this podcast.
The new Schlop is insane.
Speaking of inspirations to this podcast, Jay, what happens to our competitor? I figured
I have no
we
clue.
might as well just mention this. This is episode 4, so
We have an enemy rival known as the Academic Affairs, and we will crush them in their plans.
well, I don't know. I
Right
don't know if there's
now,
anything to crush anymore because they just have one
I think we
episode,
just destroyed them.
and then it's just like their Instagram died. Meanwhile, the
Oh
Eagle's
yeah,
Nest
we are
is
popping off.
alive and prospering with our how many monthly listeners, Jay?
I think we have like 3.
And thank you to all 3 of you. Particularly,
And hi, mom. Hope
particularly,
you're hearing.
particularly, shout out to. Well, actually, I don't want to like name drop, but uh, Big D and Mr. C, and then whoever the third person is.
Hi, mom.
Oh, yeah, that was Big D,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Oh
I'll
my
cut that
god.
out. Is your mom
Chad, can we get
actually
a
gonna
cut?
listen to this?
I don't know.
Did she know about this?
She knows of it, but I
I
think it'd
haven't
be
told
funny that we
anybody. I
have
feel like
this.
I should start maybe spreading it around a little bit,
I
spreading the
think
seeds.
once we
I've
release
told
this
like
one,
I've told like I think 7 people total.
once this drops, we should post it on our stories, and we
Oh
should post on the
God.
Eagles Nest, share it.
I don't
And we
know
should we do a
if I'm
combined
ready for
post?
this, man. Dude, this is because on the Eagles Nest, I just let it loose. I'm like no filter, which is I don't think
No,
that's very good for my image.
filterless Frank. Filterless
Maybe
Frank.
after maybe after the school year I'll consider it.
Okay, okay, sure.
Like you
Very
can post it.
nice.
I'm totally down with you posting it. And
Okay, yeah.
I'll maybe like start spreading the word amongst people, but it's like, bro,
I think we
this
should
is
rent out
like
a billboard in Times Square.
I think that would be a good idea too.
How much are they? It's like $1 million.
Like at
Something
least
crazy.
$10, something like that.
Yeah, more than that.
But yeah, you know what? I will consider. You know what? I think this is what I should do, Jim. Is I'll promote
Hmm.
the podcast and simultaneously become more family friendly.
Nice. That's a way to go. That's the way to go.
Because for the longest time, Jay, I didn't think it would be the case. I thought this podcast would just be the inner machinations of my minds coming loose, and people would watch here and be shocked and afraid and disturbed. Anyways, the next question.
No. Would you like to go? Yeah, I
Just
just
what?
won't. So it's your turn.
I just asked about the
What?
elephants.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Okay. So this one, anyways, this one is like probably the most Eagle Scout related one we're gonna get. On a camping trip, would you rather have food provided or have shelter provided?
Ooh, food.
So I thought of that
So
exactly.
much,
Like,
so much easier to create shelter than it is to go get food.
no, yeah, like after taking Wilderness Survival and like the food merit badge or whatever it's called, yeah, food is. I mean, shelter is so easy to make. Like
Well, in comparison,
even
yeah.
yeah, in comparison to food, because food is like you gotta hunt for it, you gotta forage for it, you gotta like. There's a reason why it was so hard for the Pilgrims to survive in New England
Yeah, the
because it was the
Pilgrims did
food
not know what
shortages.
they were doing, man.
No, yeah, like I mean, like imagine being a Native American. You see like this group of like white ghost people, and they're like, damn,
Mm.
they're really starving. I feel kind of bad.
Because they didn't know how to grow food. They didn't know how to like go hunt.
And
I feel like
they also came at like the worst possible time. They literally came during winter, like the
winter, right?
worst possible time. Yeah, they came during winter. They didn't know what they were doing. They were almost cooked.
I feel like if I was in the woods with no shelter, no food, I feel like the most like consistent, reliable way of just getting uh, stuff from the wilderness is fishing is a huge one. Like if you can somehow set up like a net on a stream or get a fishing rod or something, like you're gonna be you're gonna be eating good because it's so much easier like to get fish than it is to get like a lot of other stuff.
No, yeah, like squirrels run away. Rabbits, like you can catch them, but they're hard. Like you need to trap them, and then afterwards, like, ugh. But then fish is like probably one of the easiest animals to catch.
Yeah, and then if you know like the local fauna as far as like herbs and berries go, then you can get pretty far too.
I think the most annoying thing about that with foraging is that there are like plants that will mimic. There'll be like edible plants that mimic like
Uh-huh.
plants that are like actually poisonous, and there's plants that are poisonous that will mimic edible plants. It's like all just so annoying. It's like, oh, the glorb glob, like taking one bite is completely fine or whatever, but the glorb schmeal, if you eat it, you'll like
The glorp schmeal.
you'll have like bloody diarrhea and die in 5 years.
Oh boy,
It's
Jay.
like,
I
bro, no,
want that on my
funguses are scary. It's
gravestone if
like
that happens to me.
what died from
Ian
Glorb
Bell
Spiel.
Pepper died from the Glorb spiel.
No, what is some mushrooms are like if you there's one type where it's like if it grows on a certain tree, it can make you like have a sick stomach because it takes like in the weird nutrients. And there's another one where it's like if you eat it, you die like a week later after
Oh,
like your
damn.
insides are all messed up.
Is that like
Which is
lion's
like I
mane?
would
I think lion's
no
mane
lion's
is
mane
like
is
edible. That one's really edible,
yeah,
right?
lion's mane is edible. I forget what it's there's I forget what the one where like it kills you after a week is. I just know it's like it's either like yeah, the mushroom's completely edible or it's like it'll kill you in a week after you've been through hell. It's like, uh, don't eat mushrooms that you don't know about, kids. That's my advice.
Yeah, just I would recommend just even if you think you know, just you know, stray away unless you actually need to eat it to survive, because you never
Like
know.
some I know some people who are like foraging for fun. And another rule is that if you can hear the road, you don't want to pick mushrooms there because like with the amount of like heavy metals that produced
Like
by
emissions
cars,
and
even with even like filters or whatever, there's still heavy metals. Like mushrooms, they soak it all up to like a sump. So don't eat mushrooms off the side of the road, even if you know they're healthy, because they could just be filled with lead and just
yeah,
other nasty stuff.
it's
It's
a
not
good point.
cool.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. All right, Jay.
Anyway,
Are
so
you
what?
ready for the next question?
Yeah,
Okay, this one's good too. It's not as inappropriate as the last one. Would you rather do surgery on a grape for $1,000 or perform open heart surgery for $1 million?
kind of open heart surgery for $1 million. Like
Yeah,
heck
but
yeah.
you want
But
to risk
do
the
I get like
being
instruct?
responsible for the patient? Like,
Wait, do I get instructed through it? Like this?
no, you have to
Do I get
do
like
it
a
right
YouTube
now.
tutorial?
Like right now.
Oh, in that case, I'd rather do surgery on a grape. No, I don't want to accidentally kill
Like you'd
someone.
have
That'd be
like
horrible.
people around you, but you're like the lead guy. You're the one that's got your hands in there. Like,
Oh, like, do they tell you what to do, or are they just kind of like, doctor, what do we do now?
well, I mean, like, I think you can use them as resources, but it's pretty much like that. What's that game with like the buzzer, like where you, where you have the tweezers in the guy's body?
Oh, operation.
Yeah, it's pretty much Operation where like there's just gonna be a guy next to you that just like starts like screaming when you hit the side of it or something like that.
Yeah, I'd rather do surgery on a grape. About easy $1,000. Don't need to worry about
A
accidentally
million
killing
bucks.
someone.
You know, some of those heart bypass things don't seem too hard.
No, but it's like if I don't have any context, like if someone was there to help me, like yeah, I'd do it for a million
All right, there's
dollars.
a YouTube
But
video.
like,
There's a tutorial.
oh yeah, no, yeah, I'd do it then.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got it.
All right, what about this? So you know what you're doing in both situations, right?
Hmm.
And and would you still make the decision open heart surgery, knowing if you know, like, okay, am I explaining this right? Yeah. So in this situation, you know what you're doing, you know how to perform open heart surgery, but it's still the same choice. $1,000 for grape, $1,000 for open heart surgery. Would you pick open heart surgery then?
Oh wait, $1,000 for a grape or open heart
Or I mean
surgery?
a
Like
million
if
for
you,
open heart surgery.
oh, I still do the $1 million for open heart surgery if I know what it is.
Yeah. My only thing, the big thing that like puts the difference for me is just being responsible for that person. Like even if you do know what
Yeah.
you're doing. But no, that's a
Hmm.
good answer. I'm like split between this. Like I don't really know which one to pick. Like it would only have to be if I knew what I was doing for the open heart one.
No, yeah.
But then again, I don't even know if I could like successfully perform surgery on a grape, so maybe I'd have better luck at open heart surgery.
Who knows? Who knows? Grapes, am I right?
You tell them. You tell them, Jay.
Anyways, now here's this is probably the grossest question that we've gotten so
Oh
far.
boy.
Would you rather wake up in the morning with like toenails in your mouth or worms in your ears?
Oh God. Like are they
Like you
sharp?
just wake
Are they
up,
sharp
you just
toenails?
wake up. They're like clipped, like the clip, like
Are
you know
they
how like you clip
mine
them with
or are
that
they
machine.
someone else's?
You don't know.
Oh
They could
God.
could be yours. They could just be a random person in Earth. And then the worms are like they're just like Earth worms.
How deep in my ears are they?
They're substantially deep. Like you need like
But do they
tweezers to
crawl
get
out
something
or do
out.
they crawl in when I wake up?
They just act like worms. They're just acting like worms.
God. I think I'd pick the toenails, even though that's so disgusting. It's so
I
disgusting.
was thinking
Like
that too. Like you just
I'm
wake
gonna
up,
no,
you're
I'm gonna
disgusted, you
wake
shut
up
your
and I'm
mouth.
just gonna swallow them. It's just, but eventually my
Why would
body will like. Well, no, that's not the solution. No, that's not the solution that I
why'd you
had.
swallow them?
No. I accidentally would. But my body would then adapt to be like, okay, it's time to wake up, which means to vomit, right? Get all the toenails out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't believe I'm saying
Yeah.
that.
Okay. No, it's good that we have this final. This was a very important question that we finally have solved.
Okay, next question for you, Jay. This is my question 4 of 5. Okay. Would you rather be the first human to leave the galaxy or the last human to leave Earth?
I think I'm probably first human to leave the galaxy. That'd be pretty epic.
Why?
Because you get the history books like Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon. It's like Jeremiah Joseph Sullivan, the Eagle Scout. Jeremiah Joseph Sullivan, the fourth, first person to leave the
Nick Armstrong
galaxy.
was an Eagle Scout, wasn't
Yeah, no, they were Eagle Scouts.
he? Yeah. And then we've had one
That'd be
president
awesome.
who's been Eagle Scout, Gerald Ford,
Who?
the only
Gerald
unelected
Ford.
president, because he wasn't
Was it
elected.
because he was an Eagle Scout?
He was an Eagle Scout. Well, oh, is that why he was president? Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. No, because he didn't run as vice president. He got appointed after Spiro Agnew left, and then Nixon resigned. So
Damn.
that was the '60s or the '70s.
70s, am I right?
Yeah. So you were saying
Which one would you
you would
choose?
leave the galaxy to be in the history books, but why else? Would
Yeah.
you do it
No,
just
yeah, that'd be
because you want to
awesome.
explore the unknown?
Yeah, I would want to see what else is out there. Be like, damn, this is epic. You get to go out there, you get to explore. Yeah, you're in the history books. Like, what else? Like the autographs, the movies,
Yeah, but what if
the
you don't
Netflix.
come back, man? Like it takes a
I
while
mean, like,
to leave the galaxy.
well, I mean, like, what the amount of tech? I mean, like, with the amount of like safety, security, technology that like NASA has to go through, I like have faith in it. And like that, the like, what is it? The 7 episode at one season Apple TV series that will get a Grammy after me. Like, that'd be awesome.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. I feel like, but if you leave, it's like I don't think you're gonna be able to come back just because of how long like that journey is, I think. For me,
Maybe I'll meet like an alien species. I'll be like, yeah, we can take you back.
maybe that too. I think for me, I would pick last human to leave Earth because think about it, man. It's gotten to a point where it's like either people are just uninterested to live on Earth anymore, right? Or, it's becoming too dangerous to live on. But I feel like as the last person to end up leaving, and I'll say it's more the optimistic end rather than we leave it in ruin. People just leave out of disinterest. I'll just say that. Or maybe preservation or something. I'll err on that side in my theoretical. But just how cool would it be, just like an unpopulated Earth that you're the only person there, and you go.
That would be pretty cool.
It'd be weird. It would be super weird, but just like you go everywhere and like do everything. I don't know.
That would be pretty awesome.
It would be kind of like not spiritual, but just somehow very like very significant. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's the place we started, and if we've gotten to this point in technology to where it's like, we're living on other planets and doing whatever like Star Wars stuff, right? It's just like
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm the last person to leave where it all started. Like, whoa, whoa.
Would be pretty epic.
I don't know. I just find that interesting. But yeah, first to leave the galaxy is interesting too, because it's just like you don't know what's out there, and then you'd be the person to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jay.
All right.
Shoots.
Okay, now this one's a little more sillier, but would you rather have for our as a guest on our podcast
Oh boy.
Kendrick Lamar or Gavin Newsom?
Oh boy.
Because Gavin Newsom just ran.
Yeah.
He just did you hear he started his own
I
podcast? So
know
I
our
think he'd
podcast
be.
is older than Gavin Newsom's podcast.
Yeah, we got Gavin Newsom. We can show you the ropes of how to like
Here's
have
some
a
tips,
successful
buddy.
podcast. Hit us up. Yeah, hit us up. Like
We can talk about
if you need help,
Panera.
Gavin
We
Newsom.
can talk about Panera. Do you know what
Oh
I'm
my
do you know what I'm referring to?
I know what you're referring to. I
Okay.
know exactly what you're referring to.
All
No,
right, we won't dive any
oh gosh,
further.
we won't Gavin Newsom. We won't
We
bring
can
up
talk
Panera
about it
if
when
you come on.
Gavin comes on the. Can I call you Gavin?
Yeah,
Can I call you
can I
Gavin,
call you
Miss
Gavin,
Governor Newsom?
Mr. Newsom? And we can ask about his presidential race or
Because
originally.
he
So
didn't.
with
Well,
this,
he didn't run this time. He ran last time, right?
no, but I think he probably will be planning for after.
Oh yeah, after
Um,
after
yeah.
this
But,
semester
so
or
who would you
this
rather
term.
have, Kendrick or Gavin?
Who should we have? I feel like I don't know. I just don't think that I'd like be able to be a good host. I feel like you'd definitely be better at like maybe asking them or whatever, but I feel like if I had to pick between the two. I mean, I listen to some of Kendrick's music. Like I mostly just listen to the Damn album. Like I haven't listened to much of his
I mean,
new
the Damn
stuff,
album,
but
like, it probably his peak.
yeah, like I think Pride is my favorite song of his. I would give it a
No, yeah.
listen. I mean, if I have to pick between, I don't know. I'd pick the third option. None of the above. Boom FM. We gotta reach out to him.
Boom!
We gotta.
Oh my, we gotta
We're
get Boom
dropping
FM
this. We're
on
dropping
here.
this live. Okay, everybody. We're gonna reach out to Washington State's very own up and comer in the indie rap scene. His name is Boom FM, all caps, VOOM space FM. I think he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
I know. I think
He's a
he's
friend
pretty
of a
good.
friend of ours, who used to be from the San Diego area and moved up there. So I would go
I
give him a
think I
listen.
want to ask him about. I have some questions I want to ask Mr. Boom. I think, yeah, give him a listen on Spotify. Link is down below,
Oh, okay.
so make
Thanks.
sure to.
Thanks for making me do that there.
No, I'll no. When I upload it to the
Oh, to
when I upload to
Spotify.
Spotify,
Okay.
I can add the link to that.
Yeah.
Also,
I think
I'll give a
we
shout out
would
on
definitely.
Instagram.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'll give a shout out on Instagram too. I'll make
Shout out to Boom
a
FM,
little thing for
the
him.
the the Eagles nest. Well, here before we put any of that into motion, I think definitely it'd be good if we made like a little brainstorm doc of like how to interview
Yeah.
him, like questions to ask.
No, yeah.
But I think that would definitely be a good guest. If I have to pick between Kendrick and Gavin Newsom, I'd probably have uh, like for the more success of the podcast, I'd get Kendrick on, right?
hmm
Because that would give us
I
much more exposure and notoriety, and then actually we wouldn't
hmm
have to get jobs and we could just do this, right? Like,
No, I do have some. If it ever were to happen, I do have some questions I genuinely would like to ask Kendrick. Like, does he like
like
In and
what?
Out Burger?
Oh, does he?
Like,
I'm
does he
sure
like
he
In and Out
does. He's from
Burger?
LA.
No, no, yeah, that's another thing. LA. Like, I do have some other questions. Like, I forget. He get a Pulitzer Prize for music. I know he got like it was like for literature or for writing. He's the
Oh, I
only
didn't know
singer
that.
to ever get that award. I forget what it is, but no,
I
yeah,
mean,
like
he's a
he's
great
phenomenal writer.
lyricist. He's a great
Yeah,
lyricist.
no, great lyricist.
But
I think Gavin Newsom. Yeah, no, Kendrick. I do have some questions that like they're not fully cooked yet, but they're well done. Like they're on their way. Gavin Newsom. I'd probably ask like, yeah, like what's his favorite order at Panera?
oh God, what do we think about those Panera workers, Gavin?
Gavin. Oh gosh.
Oh
Should we
man.
tell our listeners what the whole Panera fiasco is?
Okay, just like a brief summary.
Okay.
But
So
oh, you want to
oh
go ahead?
yeah, you can go. No,
Oh, okay,
you're
I'll
the
go.
no. I feel like you got it better.
So, just long story short, there was this bill passed in California that raised the minimum wage for all fast food employees, except if your fast food also sold its own quote unquote bread item, which would qualify as a bakery. So bakeries didn't have to increase the minimum wage, while fast food places such as like I don't know, like Wendy's, because McDonald's doesn't have to because they are technically a bakery under this defining thing. Because what the hell is a McCafe, right? They sell like a croissant, which is technically a bread item, right? So that qualifies them as a bakery. The reason why he included this little like tidbit, right? He didn't just make it everyone should be increased, is because Mr. Newsom has very heavy involvement with the Panera company, and has pretty pretty involved like shareholding in that company, and he knows the owner like personally, so it benefits him if Panera does well, right? And so by not increasing the minimum wage, they do make a little bit more money. But yeah, so that goes to
No,
show
yeah.
that you don't need to be on one side of the aisle or the other to be evil, because both sides have some pretty interesting people. I wouldn't say
Amen to
Gavin's
that.
evil though. He's doing a lot of good stuff, but it's like that's
Hmm.
like a major bro moment. Like that,
No, yeah. Like if
yeah.
you, I feel like if you're in politics and you do something like that, it's kind of like that's like a shooting yourself in the foot.
I mean, you really shouldn't be involved in those personal holdings. Like it affects your decision making.
No,
You
yeah.
know. I'm just
But
gonna.
if Gavin would like,
That's as blatant as it is, and that's as political as I'm gonna get with it.
if Gavin would like to discuss with us, defend himself, send us an email, comment down
Gavin,
below.
you should appoint me as the California Doge guy.
Oh my God.
Make me California Doge.
No, Gavin,
I'll
can you
just
get
get rid
my
of
like
the
face on like
California
a
Highway
bill?
Patrol.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, the California
Turn the
Highway
Mad
Patrol
Max.
is insane. So every state has like a state trooper thing, right? If
Yeah.
the viewers are unaware, but California has something unique called the California Highway Patrol. And it's like it's just its own thing. They just like they have mounted units that are like in parks. They have their own boat. The California Highway Patrol has like a huge boat. Like I don't even know what they it's like what's the purpose of this
I,
organization? I thought they just handed
I,
out speeding tickets. But no, they got like a helicopter, like they're involved in like search and rescue. Like I don't even
I think it's the highway system is absolutely insane in
because it's
California. Like
crazy, man.
I've been to the southern part. I've been to like the northern part. Like it goes between Death Valley Highway, which is like easily can be 100 degrees. It can kill you if your AC's broken. To like up in Lake Tahoe area where you can
Yeah.
get frozen in, like snowed in on the highway.
No, so I
So
think
I mean,
what
I
they
can
do.
see.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I can see like there's just so much highway that I mean, like I can see why they have it. Like it's
No,
just and the terrain is
understand
different.
why it exists and whatever, but I don't know, I just find it hilarious that the California Highway Patrol has mounted units and a huge boat.
I don't get the boat. The mounted units, I like understand. Like if
Oh,
like
I
the
guess like
roads
in
are
a city.
damaged or it's like
Yeah.
or like yeah, in the city or if like you're up in the mountains and like the like if the road just got destroyed or like landslided, like a deer, or not a deer, a horse, I feel like would be better to traverse that.
Yeah.
But a boat, I just can't see. I just can't like
Like I
even
mean,
flooded. I just don't see a boat.
NYPD has mounted units in Times Square sometimes, and then as well as like by Central Park because you can't really have a car there.
Hmm.
But
No, yeah, I
yeah,
really want to see that. That's super cool. Like cops on cops on
cops on
horses.
horses. It is cool. No, it's the equestrian unit, and treat those horses very well, much better than like the carriage people in Central Park. But
Now, I wonder where do the carriage people keep their horses?
there's stables.
Like, do they? Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Like, or do they need to bring them all the way out of the? Are there stables in
No,
the city, or do they
they're
need to
in
bring them like
Central
out?
Park. Then
Okay.
again, don't don't quote me on this because I like looked it up once and then I just looked at one source, so I
We're
could
gonna
be
have a
wrong.
fact checker fact check you so hard it'll like
Ugh,
send you into oblivion.
that's just me, bro. I'm just gonna look it up later, and then I'll
Oh yeah. If
whatever.
any of you commenters down below try to fact check us, we'll just block you.
Yeah, please.
We'll delete your comment. 1984. There'll be no back
1984.
talk on this podcast.
Such a good book.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Where were
That's
we
such a
though? I'm kind of tired. What were we doing?
no.
Oh, we're asking.
We
Is
were
it my
talking
turn?
about Gavin Newsom or K
Oh,
Dot.
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I think it's your turn.
All right, K Dot on the podcast for more notoriety. I think talking to Gavin would be more interesting though.
Hmm.
That is
Yeah, I
my
see that.
answer. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's my turn. Is this the
Yeah,
last question? Because you don't have a
I
question
believe it
until.
is. No, yeah, this is the
Okay.
last question.
Would you rather? No, this is a good one. This was one that I wrote like 3 a.m., which means it's good. Would you rather? Actually, wait. Okay, I'll just ask it and then I'll. Wait, I just realized how wrong it. Hold on, wait. Okay, why don't I just ask the question? Would you rather leave the podcast or have $1 million?
What? Leave the podcast or have $1 million? So like I either just
Would you
leave
rather leave the
or I get a
podcast or have a
million.
million dollars?
I'd rather have $1 million because
What do you
I have a
mean,
million
Jay?
dollars and I stay on the
Would you
podcast.
rather leave the podcast or would you have $1 million?
No, it's like, would you rather stay on the podcast or would you rather leave and have $1 million? That's a
No, that's not the question. The question is, would you rather
oh.
leave the podcast or have $1 million?
I'd rather have a
I
million
just
dollars.
realized that I wrote that like
That's
so
just
incredibly
infinite
wrong,
money.
to where it's just like not even a choice. So what's it
That's
gonna
just
be,
infinite
Jay?
money.
Would you rather A, leave the podcast, or would you rather B, have $1 million?
I'd rather have $1 million
I don't know what
because I
this
get to stay
guy's
on the
problem
podcast.
is. Oh, last question then. If one of us just so happened to get into a circumstance or situation where we could no longer podcast, who would you personally pick as a replacement? You could be realistic or unrealistic.
Okay, that's actually hard. I think Boris Johnson would be pretty funny to have.
To replace me?
Yeah,
Boris?
like imagine just no, because it'd just be like it's just Ian, just a calls you, and then out of nowhere it's like episode 6, like, hi guys, my name's Boris Johnson. Like, oh hi Boris, how are you doing
But
today?
it's
Pretty
just like
good.
an AI of me, but it's just voiced by him.
No, I think that is a good like who would maybe like I don't want to say some of our friends' names, but there's a
You just
particular
say it and I'll
co-star
bleep it.
guy.
I'll bleep it if you want.
Okay, I think Kellen would be pretty interesting. James maybe. Oh, James is kind of quiet.
Oh well, now
Vance
what? You want me to
Murray.
bleep all of this?
You can just like put
Oh,
a long bleep for
I'll just
all of
cut it
that.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think what is it? Vance would be pretty funny, but I
Well,
feel like it'd go a
he
little
already
too.
has one of his podcasts, right? Should we shout them
No, no,
out?
no. Luca. So Luca's the main guy with some other guy, but then Vance is a reoccurring character.
Oh my God, I need to bleep all these names out.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, the cheese talk, right?
Yep.
That's what they're called.
Maybe they should be our rival.
No,
We need a good nemesis. We need a
we
nemesis.
do
Should
because
Gavin Newsom
we
podcast?
defeated our nemesis. We
Yeah.
need to have the host of Talk to what was their podcast called again?
Academic
Academic.
affairs. Get your podcast right. We have Talk to the Gavin Newsom podcast, the
Uh,
Cheese Talk podcast, and
dude,
Academic
we're just better
Affairs.
than we beat all of them. So what's
I think
next?
that we're gonna announce soon on Instagram a war against
War.
Academic Affairs.
I think we
Yeah,
should have the host of Academic Affairs on as a guest.
we
I
should.
think we
That'd
should
be
talk
awesome.
to
Boom
her
FM
about.
first.
Hmm?
Boom FM first.
Boom FM first, then, and then the host of Academic Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who would I replace you with, Jay?
Mm.
First that popped into my head, Bub Games.
Bub Games
I
would
would
be
replace you
iconic.
with
I would
Bub
support
Games.
that.
Dude,
Anyone got a sausage roll?
sausage roll. I, for those
A
of you
sausage
that
roll.
don't know about Bub Games, he's this Australian YouTuber who Jay and I are quite fans of. He goes on Gmod, and if you don't know what Gmod is, then I don't know why you're listening to how you're listening to this podcast, because I don't think anyone is gonna be just randomly listen. Whatever. Anyways, Gmod, good game on Steam, right? So he goes on Gmod and like VR servers, and he just like trolls people. But it's so funny. Oh, and GTA. Yeah, he goes on. Dude, that
Oh
GTA
yeah,
video was so
GTA
good,
ones are
man.
funny.
But
They send him to Guantanamo Bay.
yeah, but no, he just goes on. He trolls and he rolls in the money. He was
He gets
homeless though.
banned. Yeah,
I don't
I
think he's
heard about
homeless
that.
anymore, but he was homeless for a while and just he was making videos at the library.
Average Gmod user.
He's got like I
No,
think he's
but he.
close to 1 million subs, maybe. I don't know if
No,
he's
yeah,
that big.
he's maybe he has to switch. He's been switching. He hasn't done Gmod as much just because people immediately recognize his voice. He's
Yeah,
like Batman of the
he's pretty
Gmod
notable.
server.
So
Like, yeah, but the VR chat, he hasn't gone in the VR chat yet.
has he not? I
The
thought he
day,
has. Maybe I was thinking of this
I
other
think
thing. I've been watching like the
the
VR chat
proximity
trolls.
guy,
Yeah, that guy. It's
that guy
like
has some funny
I would never
tidbits.
like. Well, no, I wouldn't say this, but it's just like I kind of just feel bad about trolling, just because it's like you're looking to get a reaction out of people, but it's just
Yeah,
like,
no, you're
but
purposely
then the
being an
people you're
asshole.
trolling, it's just like they're trolling themselves by playing these games,
Yeah, no,
like the VR chat, Gary's mod, like bro,
I
some of
mean,
those
yeah,
people
like the
are
guys who
very
are like,
interesting.
if you pay for a private Gmod server, if you pay for benefits on a Gmod server, it's
Then
kind of
yeah,
like,
you're just that you're. It's you know what it's so well deserved if you get trolled if you pay
yeah,
for Gmod stuff. Like
like
what
at
was
that
it?
point,
Like a
just
twenty
gamble with real
dollar like
money.
Gmod vape pen for your character.
Yeah,
It's like look it's me. I'm so rich. I have this the $20 vape.
I have the $20 vape pen with the $10 fidget spinner.
Dude. But if not Bub
Bro,
Games,
remember when fidget spinners were a thing?
sadly.
Bro, bro, those were the days when life was simpler. I have my golden one somewhere. I got a golden fidget spinner.
I never owned one. Would you believe that? I never owned one.
That's
Actually, that was a lie.
crazy.
That was such a lie. I remember now. I had a
Bro,
red one. Yeah.
I had a camo one, or it was like the blue camo, and then I had a golden fidget spinner that, um, yeah, no, that was given to me, and it was freaking sick,
I had a
freaking
red
awesome.
like default one. There's nothing too special about it. I think someone
Oh,
gave it
that's
to me.
cool, bro. I need to find my fidget spinner somewhere. Jeez, I missed that. Imagine pulling that out at college. That'd be sick. How you do, my fellow kids?
Dude, that should just what would be like the weirdest thing to do in the middle of like a lecture? Like put your
Like
feet
people
up.
do weird.
Just like just just go like legs up. Just like hands back. Like it's like, yeah, what's up, professor? It's like I'm
What's up,
taking my
professor?
notes.
Can you give me a pass on this class, professor?
Dude. Well, I don't know. Have you seen the guy who like cooks in class? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that
Like
guy. I
the
think that's
guy who
just
makes
like
fried
it.
rice. That's just
Does he?
disruptive. Like
No,
it's
yeah. I
funny,
don't even
but
think he goes to that college.
it's yeah, because
You're
like
just wasting everyone else's time.
and money. So,
Yeah.
but I mean like harmless stuff is so funny. Like people
No,
who
yeah.
go on the subway here and just like do some of that harmless like
The dude.
there's this one guy that just like I saw who just stares at people. Like he knocks on the subway window before the train goes out and just like stares at the or I
That's
don't know, he does something
creepy.
like that, or just like blows like a kiss, and it's just like the reactions of people are so funny. Yeah. Oh, we should turn that into a GIF for the Eagles Nest
For the
Instagram
subs.
there. But is that an Among Us?
That is my Among Us AirPod
Oh my
case.
God.
Oh.
Dude, we're so cooked. We're so cooked. All this thousands of
Bro, my
generations, and we're the result. Have you ever thought about that?
bro.
You
Yeah.
ever
Well,
thought
I
about
mean, think about it. We got vape pens and Chat GBT. What more could we want in life?
what am I supposed to tell the Irish Klansman from like 1500 years ago, who's my direct forefather, who like ripped a
This is
bear's
like,
skull open in the morning, and he looks at me now,
it's
he's
like,
just like,
oi, lad, what do you do? I take control of a multi-million dollar
they didn't know what
prime like
money was,
man
bro.
created god.
They didn't know what money
I
was.
take control of a man made god and make it do my bidding. And then
What?
they're gonna be like, "Damn, that's scary." Yeah, it's a man made
Oh,
god.
okay. I think you're just gonna lie to him.
Like no, I know. I mean, I'm embellishing it.
Oh, okay, I
I
see.
use magic. I use magic
Use
to produce
sorcery.
music into my ears.
He just
Yes,
kills you on
sorcery.
sight.
What is it? I use lightning. I use lightning to reheat my stir fry.
Very nice.
Microwaving, microwaving, whatever.
Dude, the fire alarm went off here yesterday, and the fire alarm only goes like it goes off at the building across the way from me more often than any
Hmm.
other place. Like that, they have like a fire alarm like 2 or 3 times a week. Like it's crazy. But this is the second time it set off in our building this year so far, and it's because somebody threw in popcorn into the microwave and just hit 9999, right? And just forgot about it. And then when I went to open
Like
it, it was
start a
just
fire.
it so much smoke. No, it didn't start a fire, thankfully. But when
Oh,
they opened the popcorn, like, or when they opened the microwave, like to get the popcorn, they left it in for like 5 minutes or something, right? So just like smoke, like,
that's crazy.
and so no, I was I was saying to my roommate on the way back, like, bro, we should just start like a trash fire, like in the kitchen or something. Oh
That'd be
man,
quite funny.
like a barrel.
Local word the burn.
It's so
Whoa,
crazy.
whoa,
This
whoa,
the dorms
whoa.
here are a little bit wild. Like the
The dorms
activities
there
that
are
some people
wild.
get up to, yeah. But what else to talk about? Oh, today, Jay, for one of our leaving segments, because we'll start wrapping it up soon. But we'll talk about what we did today. Today, Jay, I went rock climbing because I go climbing, and
Very
as
nice.
you're aware, but the audience is not aware of. I go climb and climb rocks and stuff and whatever, right? So I ripped my pants while I was climbing a V4 slab dyno, right? For
Like SpongeBob.
yeah, for those of you who climb, will know what I mean. But I had to do a move where it's just like I had to like run across the wall, and I ripped my pants right here. This is tape on my pants here. Thankfully, it wasn't a rip that exposed me in any way, because you were thinking like SpongeBob,
Yeah, I was thinking
but I was
SpongeBob
while you were
exactly.
thinking like SpongeBob, I was living like Larry, bro.
That's good.
I love that line so much.
Living like
Living
Larry.
like Larry. What did you do today, Jay, on one of your
Today
last days of spring break?
I went. Oh, I knew like 4 or 5 people who were working in like the same vicinity, so I just stopped by. I said hi to them.
Mm-hmm.
Brought my dog to get food. Oh no, we got like really good barbecue. And then I took some. There were some weird they like not there weren't jellyfish, but like they were hydrozoans, I think is what they're called. Like there were a bunch of them on the beach. So like I just took a bunch of photos of them. I'll
Oh, that's
post some on
cool.
the Instagram. It was like
Yeah,
super cool. Like they were. I saw some birds. It was pretty relaxing. I'm just trying to relax and get ready for the end of the semester.
that's awesome. Overall, good week.
No, yeah, overall it was a great week. It was raining a lot, but it was still a lot of fun.
Did you
I
eat?
saw a ton
Did
of
you eat?
people that I haven't seen in
Did you
forever.
eat some good Mexican food? Eat
Oh my
some good
God, the
Mexican
Mexican. I
food, bro.
miss it. I really
Oh
miss
my
it.
God, the carne asada burritos.
Oh my God,
Did you
bro.
get a
I
Did you get
wish.
a California burrito with fries in it?
mm, No, I didn't. I
Best
got
one,
bean and
but
cheese is my favorite.
you get the carne or the adobada.
Yeah, I got the carne, the
Oh my God.
adobada. Oh my gosh, beautiful Mexican food.
San
I don't
Diego
know what I'd
just
do
has
without it.
it honestly has the best food in the country. I'll just say this. New York and then San Diego, right? The thing about San
Hmm.
Diego might not have the wide selection that New York has, but the what San Diego has is very high quality. Very,
No, yeah.
especially like Mexican food, like what was it? I guess like well, actually what else do they do really good? Oh, San Diego has
They do
very good
seafood.
they have very good Chicago deep dish pizza.
I did not know that. Where can you
Dude,
get good
it's
deep dish
called it's this
pizza?
place called Lefties. It's in Mission Hills and the original's in North Park, right? So I guess
Hmm.
some people that were in Chicago went to San Diego. I mean, my mom's side of the family who are in San Diego originally came from Chicago, right? So there's a history of people from Chicago who have moved to San Diego. And so deep dish pizza from Chicago, for those that don't know, right? It's kind of like a pastry dough instead of like a typical pizza dough, and then they lay it out in this big pie like pan or whatever. So it's legit. It's like a pie, right? Then they layer on cheese on the bottom. Then they put like sausage, and they put sauce on top. It's so good, bro. There's no deep dish in New York, which makes sense,
That's weird.
but it's like
That's weird.
dude,
It's a big city.
I know you'd think that there might be like one Chicago like deep dish slice place, but no. Like it's blasphemy. The closest thing you get to deep dish here is like Sicilian, which is
That's crazy.
anyways. So it was so good. I'm so surprised you haven't been to Lefties, bro. Lefties is so
No, I'll try that today. Actually, I've never been to Lefties, so I'll need to go before I leave.
yeah. Go to the one in Mission Hills because they have like it's called Stubborn Soda. For those of you that go to San Diego, it has to be on your list. I know, right? Go to San Diego to have Chicago food, but it's so good, man. The pizza, and then they also have incredible sandwiches, right? Like they have like these dips that you can like, oh, bro, I'm just like my mouth is watering like thinking about
Bring
it.
me back.
Like I'm going
Bring me
crazy.
back.
The quality of food in San Diego is so good, and like
No, yeah, like I think
the seafood
there's
is really
really good.
fresh
It's like
and
very different There's like seafood that's different than there's East Coast seafood and there's West Coast seafood, and it's just like different. Even then, there's Northwest, like Northwest seafood, and then there's like Southern California seafood,
yeah.
and there's like New England seafood, which is like lobster, like the red lobster that you're thinking of.
Hmm.
And it's funny because like the main, like what is it? The East Coast has like the red Maine lobster with the big claws. The West Coast has their California spiny lobsters, which don't have claws at all. They're tiny, but they're like very spiny.
Yeah, yeah,
I shouldn't
yeah.
say they're tiny. Yeah, so it's funny. I'll see T-shirts where it's like San Diego, California, and there'll be like a photo of a red lobster, and I'm like, actually, those aren't from here. Those are in Maine. Like,
You you really
actually,
showed them, June. Oh, and San Diego
I
has
did.
great barbecue. New York
Oh
does
yeah.
not have good barbecue. New York does not have good barbecue. Does not have like really good Mexican food, and does not have Chicago food. So if you want all three of those things, then go to San Diego.
Well, also San Diego has surprisingly good Asian food. We do have some
Oh, not
really good
surprising.
spots.
It's very good. The Korean food, Kearny Mesa, bro. That's like
Kearney Mesa has some
might
phenomenal.
as well be renamed to Seoul, California, right? Dude, it's very good.
Think of what other foods we have there.
I mean, it's all
Phenomenal. I think
good.
it's like
It's just like if you're
yeah.
to compare the selection wise of like San Diego compared to here in New York, like New York, you can get any like nationality food, like stuff from the Caribbean, like Africa, Europe, right, Asia, like everywhere except
hmm
like I don't think there's an Antarctican cuisine, is there?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But like no, if you think of it, like we have it. Like you want to go to a store that sells like sponges, like it exists. Like I swear it must. Like there's just random niche stuff. Like thank you millennials for having such niche ideas and pursuing them as a business because, that's what makes New York kind of cool. The Brooklyn walk into, yeah, we established in 2021. Like, we're just two guys with a crazy idea.
We just want to make delicious soap for people to smell and enjoy.
But yeah, Jay, should we do our final segment?
I think so. We shall do our final segment.
Go ahead.
So, so some questions. Who really blew up the Maine? Was it Spain or was it the
Oh
U.S.?
boy, now we're getting controversial.
Who really blew up the Maine? Gatorade. Why are you doing shrinkflation? Like the bottoms. Like, come on, man.
Wait,
And then
what do you mean?
oh, I usually okay. This bottle isn't a good example. Like there's actually little to no shrinkflation. That was a bad. Anyways, then a finally good one. If you could create a colony on a planet in the solar system other than Mars, which one would you choose?
Oh, I already know the answer.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Well, okay. Well, you can't say because this is the Eagle's nest.
The only right answer is Uranus.